Many times people ask me, TeeSkwed, how do you know which song to put in a mixtape? TeeSkwed, how do you know which song must play after which song? How do you select your songs for your mixtapes? And I don't know how to answer them. And genuinely, I'm talking like genuinely, I don't know how to answer them. Because it doesn't start with me hunting for songs, selecting them, the songs. As a matter of fact, the songs select themselves. This is my number one go-to when I look for, when I'm looking to make a mixtape or something like that. The very first thing I look for is the feeling, guys. I mean, if a song makes you feel in a certain way and it's in sync with what you're feeling that day or that particular moment, it's gonna jam. It's gonna jam. It's gonna jam. Anyway, if it's your first time here, my name is TeeSkwed and I do mixtapes. I DJ. I do piano cover performances. I do sound engineering. I'm a software engineer by profession. I do a bit of those things. I'm also a lot technical and stuff like that. Without any further ado, I try to build a list so that I can help the guys build their playlists better, especially the ones that are still coming up and they are struggling. And if you have better ways of creating playlists for a mixtape, please share them in the comment section. So, like I said, my first go-to thing is a feeling. If two songs make me feel the same feeling, they will go into the same mix. Simple as that. If two songs, let's say for example, two songs make me feel like vibey, really vibey. Let's say for example, Mass Music, Galavante. Automatically, I remember Nonchalant. You know what I'm saying? If I hear Kabza the Small Ipupo, automatically I remember Kelvin Momo Bokoko. You know, it's almost like the same feeling. Ipupo is more like a prayer or an appreciating song, and Bokoko is also in that same energy. And then if I hear that song Apologize, I think One Republic is the one who's singing there. I'm not sure if One Republic is a group or it's one person, but that song, Too Late to Apologize, that song. When I hear that song, the next song that I will remember is What Goes Around Comes Around. Apologizing, the song, it's a little bit sad. And then What Goes Around Comes Around, it's also sadness. And also the tone is almost the same. So it's the feeling. And I feel, I put this as number one by purpose because human beings, we are very emotional people. We are emotional beings. Yes, we have brains, but I feel that most of the time, actually every time, emotions, they take the lead. They take the trophy. You cannot argue with emotions. That's why in Sizulu they like to say, inhliziyo ayiphakelwa. What you feel, will always catch up with you. So number one, guys, search for a feeling. And the reason many people really appreciate how I play is because my mixes are full of emotions and they match. The emotions match. And then in terms of a sequence, I always try to maintain a ascending atmosphere in my mixes. Like the first song must not have more energy than the last song, if you know what I'm saying. The first song must be quieter, more calmer, but with the same feeling, obviously. But the next song must not drop the energy. It must escalate it. So how I know which song must come after which one, sometimes I don't, and I need to listen to those two songs one after another, and I try them the other way around. So this is what you do: pull Visual Studio and then put one song on the left, another song on the right, and then play the song on the left and then push it a bit to the end, simulating how you'd really mix it when you are DJing or when you are doing your mix. And then the second song, you mix it onto that song, yeah? And then let it start, maybe play like a minute and a half up to 2 minutes. and then hear how it sounds to you. If the second song drops the energy, then it's not the sound that must follow that one. Then you try them the other way around. It's telling you when you play that thing, bro, in front of people, you play this song, it's nice, then the next one escalates the energy, but not so much. And remember, now when you have your number 1 and number 2, you take number 2, you compare with number 3, right? Then if they don't match, then number 2 must come this side. Then if you like, you can still, the new number 2, you can compare with number 1. And then you mix them and see how they match. Maybe your old number 3 can actually go and be the first song of the mix. That is how I do it. By checking the feeling and energy of the song. If they match, they are going to go into the same mix. Number 2. Excuse me. Alrighty, number 2. Number 2, what I look for is the vocals. What do I mean by that? So if the vocals have the same style of singing, those 2 songs can go into the same mix. Get what I'm saying? If the vocals have the same energy, or they have the same, they like to go to the high notes, or they have a way of saying words, or punchlines and the hooks and all those kind of things, if they have the same style, those are gonna go into the same mix. Yes, then you take those 2 songs, you do the same thing, you repeat. Take the song and take the song. Yes, these guys, they have the same style of singing, but will this song drop the energy of the mix if I play it after this one? If so, then you swap them. That's it. That's it. Then you can test it out. Test it out. Can maybe do your initial layout of your mix. One song, one song, one song, one song, one song. Then you, when you're doing other work, or maybe when you're washing dishes or when you're cooking, you play that playlist. You will hear. You don't even mind it. Just play it in the background, those songs playing one after another, not even mixing or anything like that. Then you check how you're gonna feel. You're gonna pick up that, yo, that song, sometimes you'll get it right, sometimes you'll be like, nah, this song is dropping the energy. Then you just take it to the beginning, because it belongs in the mix, because of what that criteria you used. And the next thing that I'm checking for is the instrument. This one applies mostly on non-vocal on non-vocal songs, but also with songs that has vocals. But if there is a certain instrument that dominates in the mix, sometimes, you know, when guys produce their songs, they use the signature instrument. Sometimes it's a saxophone that is playing up high, or has a solo inside the song. Sometimes it's a bass line, you know. Sometimes it's the drum. Sometimes it's a piano, you know, any instrument that dominates in a song. And then if you get 2 songs and then they have the same instrument dominating, and also in the same way or in a more similar way, those songs can be in the same mix. Voila! And then you repeat your steps, you check which one has better energy, then you put it one after another, then you just do your mix like that. Then the last one that I check for is the message. Why? I'm not too sure, but I feel like themed mixes sometimes can be really overwhelming. Imagine if you play just sad songs for an hour. Sometimes it feels a bit too much, but you can do that. Maybe try playing 30 minutes mixes that has the same theme or something like that. Because if you play forgiveness songs all the way, it may sound overwhelming. If you play happiness songs, it may sound overwhelming. Just like if you play non-vocal songs in a mix, sometimes it gets overwhelming as you play it. But non-vocal songs, they can differ. What you can do if you want to do a non-vocal mixtape, you take for instance, you take your first 4 songs, maybe their dominating sound is like a piano, and then you just elevate to maybe a drum, then you go to a saxophone or something like that, or to a bass line. So you can change in the instruments like that. But with the message, it's kind of cool. But I find that's why it's number 4 for me, because I find it a bit risky if you stick to a same energy, a same message all the way. So it has to escalate. For instance, what I do, if a song is about forgiveness, then halfway through the mix, now the forgiveness has happened. Now it's happiness. You know, you can maybe try to play around with that, but don't get me wrong. What I'm saying is it's always good. If you're playing a song, I know there's a, let me try to remember one mix that I made. Where, okay, for the same songs that I mentioned in the beginning, there's a song by Kelvin Momo, it's Vulani, ne? That song, it's almost similar like Bokoko. The lyrics are almost matching and everything like that. The message is also the same. It's like a prayer to the ancestors. The message is the same and everything, but those match. You can put that in the same mix. Amapupo is also a bit of a prayer, but if you play those songs very long, like for an hour or so, might be a bit otherwise, but you can give it a try. But choosing songs because of their messages can also work for you. So that's all I've got for you guys today. So what I'm gonna ask you guys to do is go check out my mixes, tell me what you think, tell me what I can do better, and most importantly, just leave a like, subscribe, and let's grow together in this music thing, because I can tell you, I tried to quit it, didn't work, fetched me where I was hiding.